Now, White Pine County Daily News with Wyatt Cox.
KELY News, sponsored by Sahara Motors, home of the Touch a Truck promotion. Coming up July 4th weekend, you could win a Dodge Ram Tough truck. Stop by Sahara Motors for details. 6/100ths of an inch of rain from yesterday's midday showers, but no showers in sight, at least through the weekend. Your morning news from the state of Nevada. Nevada's top law enforcement official pushing back against former President Trump's latest executive order on voting. Attorney General Aaron Ford joined 19 other state attorneys general in asking a federal court to block the order, which would require documentary proof of citizenship to vote in federal elections. The president signed the order back in March, but critics, including Ford, say it's unconstitutional, could suppress eligible voters. In a statement, Ford called the move anti-democratic and un-American. The coalition seeking a preliminary injunction to stop the order from taking effect while legal challenges play out in court. Ford called Nevada's elections free, fair, and safe, despite our reports of a number of green card holders, legal residents ineligible to cast ballots, who got voter cards in the mail and had been registered automatically by the Department of Motor Vehicles, a problem that they have apparently not resolved. Nevada Public Radio criticizing the president's cuts to public broadcasting, just as it and other local licensed nonprofit radio stations have failed to serve the public interest. In a statement issued yesterday, Fabian Perez, the president and CEO of Nevada Public Radio, had this to say: the potential elimination of CPB funding would have a devastating blow to public media nationwide, certainly with impacts to Nevada Public Radio and throughout our state. While Nevada Public Radio receives 8% of its funding from the CPB, many stations, particularly in rural and underserved communities, depend on this support for survival. We remain committed to delivering high-quality journalism and cultural programming to our audience, but losing this funding would require exploring new funding strategies and increasing community support to sustain our mission. Now more than ever, we encourage our listeners and partners to advocate for the future of public broadcasting. Now, Nevada Public Radio operates 9 unmanned stations outside of Las Vegas that relay KNPR from Las Vegas. They originate no local programming, including the Nevada Public Radio station that serves White Pine County, KWPR 88.7, licensed to London, Ely. That station has been off the air more than on. Currently, it's been off the air since February 5th. And by the way, the White Pine Television Board, funded with your tax dollars, apparently failed to file a license renewal for K237AJ, their 95.3 FM, the translator that brings in KSFI FM 100.3 from Salt Lake City. They've been operating illegally since that license expired in 2021. Real ID requirements now in effect at airports nationwide, including Las Vegas's Harry Reid International Airport, and lines are long this morning. Effective today, travelers must show a federally compliant driver's license or ID to pass through security. Real ID Act passed after 9/11, but its enforcement has been delayed for years despite the long lead-up. Still, 20% of Nevada drivers don't have a Real ID, and that's caused last-minute crowds at DMV offices. Now, you still can fly if you don't have a Real ID, but expect extra screening. Travelers without one will be directed to a separate checkpoint. And if you have tribal IDs or passports, those are accepted as valid forms of identification at airport security. And White Pine County has the best air quality in the state. That bar is rather low, as new data shows. Nevada has some of the poorest air quality in the nation.
Advocates say that could cost Nevadans their health. The U.S. House of Representatives recently voted to use the Congressional Review Act to repeal California's ability to set stricter tailpipe pollution standards. The state's ambitious plan to phase out gas-powered vehicles in the next 10 years was granted under a special waiver by the Environmental Protection Agency last year. The decision allows other states, such as Nevada, to join. Laura Kate Bender with the American Lung Association says gas and diesel-powered vehicles drive climate change and negatively impact people's health.
Whether it's a gas-powered car or a diesel truck or an off-road vehicle, people are breathing unhealthy levels of air pollution that are being driven by some of those emissions.
Because of increasing wildfire activity, Nevada lawmakers are considering a bill that would require employers enact safety measures to protect outdoor workers when air quality is poor. I'm Alex Gonzalez reporting.
And at 8:19, that's your morning news from the state of Nevada. We go to London next.
You see lots of commercials on television telling you to drive a little and save a lot. Dealers wanting you to drive to Salt Lake, Elko, Reno, and even Las Vegas. But ask them one question. What happens if there's a problem? Do you have to drive 3, 4, or even 6 hours to get service? Here at Sahara Motors in Ely, we service everything we sell right here in White Pine County. Shop here first, get our best deal, and you get that best deal by telling Maggie or Shauna that Wyatt sent you by. Then if you want, shop other places. When you account for the drive, you'll find that it pays you to be a part of the Sahara Motors family. Stop by Sahara Motors, just about a mile north of Ely on US 93.
Or call 775-289-4473.
Sahara Motors, we are White Pine proud.